Welcome back everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. We kicking off this February 14th with a beautiful surf and turf here. I have a nice 8-ounce filet with some crab meat. Promise you make this for your significant other, they ain't going nowhere. As always, we're gonna just have a quick little look at the ingredients here. All the specific measurements and the ingredient list can be found down below in the description box. I always like to just give a nice little look real fast though so you can see what we're working with. Super lump crab right there. Let's take a look at these chunks right here. Those are beautiful. We're going to keep them whole. I'm just going to set them in a little dish like this aside because we don't need all of it. First off, your filet, you should let it sit out for a little bit covered just so it can bring the temperature down. You don't want to stick a cold filet onto a hot pan, then you won't get that crust that you really want. So let it sit out for a little bit first. Then I'm just going to throw a little bit of olive oil on it and salt it up. Season it with some salt and pepper. Of course, we always use that kosher flaky salt. Do that for both sides. Now I'm just going to pick it up and roll it around. Pick up any of that extra seasoning that's left on the board right there. Beautiful. Good. Get your pan nice and hot and throw in that olive oil. Let that get up to temperature too. Once it's hot enough, then we can stick that filet on. Once it's on, don't touch it. Just leave it right there. Pretty nice high heat. Go ahead and just sear that off for about 3 minutes, nothing more than that. Like I said, we just want to develop that beautiful crust and really let the seasoning just soak in there. And after a few minutes on that other side, time to baste. One of my favorite parts about making a steak is when you baste it. It just looks so beautiful. As you may have seen before too, this is that thyme and rosemary going to go in there. I usually throw some garlic in right now too, but there's going to be garlic in the Parmesan cream sauce, so I didn't want it, too garlicky. But go ahead and let that butter melt down with all those herbs. Little slow-mo action for you. I promise, don't skip this step right here. It's going to take your filet, up a serious notch. Once that's seared off on that side and you baste it up, I'm just going to set it aside. Now it's time to go into the oven. I'm going to have the temperature and, times and everything for the different, temperatures that you may want the steak. Let me know down in the comments too how you like your steak cooked. Just season up this asparagus here. That's not going to take long. I'm going to throw that in the oven with the filet. That's how we're going to finish it off there. Now I kept this in there for about 8.5 minutes. Temperature on the oven was set to 450. That is just looking perfect. Always important to let your steak rest no matter what type of steak you're making. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. Let it rest while we start to make that Parmesan cream sauce that I told you about. So as you have seen also, I did dice up some shallots. So I used half a shallot here. I just went in with like a tablespoon of some of that garlic. I'm gonna cook this out with that olive oil for a little bit, not too long. Definitely don't want to burn these and you just ruined your whole sauce. Once they're a little translucent and you really start to smell it throughout the house, go ahead and deglaze with some white wine. Also gonna deglaze my insides with some of that same white wine. Cheers, cheers. That is looking great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, if you like what you're seeing, let that alcohol go ahead and cook out. Now it's time to throw that cream in there. This part really is what makes the sauce right here. A little bit of heavy cream, you don't need a whole lot here. Just mix that up, make sure it's all combined. starting to bubble up. You can see that starting to reduce down. That's perfect. All the flavors are all together. Now is the perfect time to lower that heat a little bit and just throw in some seasoning. Simple, just salt and pepper. And of course, we can't forget the Parmesan. Remember, this is a Parmesan cream sauce. Mix that up, make sure it's all melted down. That's looking nice. Perfect thickness, perfect consistency. Now it's time to plate this up. I'm gonna sit that filet right on top of the sauce right there. That's looking real nice. Go ahead and throw some of that crab meat on there. Also, by the way, not shown in the video, but I did steam the crab meat so it's not cold. If you really want to, you could throw the crab meat in with the sauce, but I prefer it this way. It looks a little bit, you know, more presenting. So the crab meat is warmed up here though. Just gonna toss that on there, and then I want to just throw a little bit more sauce on the top, just to really top it off. I think I need to start making steak more often. Then we're just gonna go ahead and throw the asparagus on the side to accompany it, and the moment we've all been waiting for. Look at that. Beautiful color. Like I said, don't forget, down in the comments, let me know how you like your steak cooked personally. I shot for like a nice mid-rare here, and that is beautiful. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Man. Happy Valentine's Day once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. There's going to be more to come in the future.